Document control is the most common reason a quality system fails an audit. It is also one of the most expensive problems hiding inside a manufacturing business. In the next few minutes, I will show you a live system that fixes it and that works on top of the tools you already use, with no rip and replace. Let us take a look. Here is where quality systems quietly break. Two versions of the same procedure end up on the floor because someone downloaded a file, edited it, and uploaded it again. There is no proof of approval, so when an auditor asks who signed this off and when, nobody can show them. Obsolete documents stay in use long after they were replaced, and reviews silently lapse because nothing tracks when each document is actually due. None of this is carelessness. It is simply that the tools were never built to control documents, and it is expensive. 83% of workers lose time every single day chasing the right version of a document. The average company loses around $20,000 per employee every year to document inefficiency. For manufacturers, it is sharper still, because document errors push production costs up by as much as 20% in scrap and rework. And more than half of companies have run into a compliance problem caused by poor document control. This is a real, measurable cost, not a nice to have. So why does this keep happening? Because of where documents live today. Most teams use file storage, like SharePoint or Google Drive. It is cheap and familiar, but there is no real approval workflow and no clean way to retire an old version. Others write their procedures in wiki tools like Notion or Confluence. They are wonderful for writing, but they were never built to be a controlled record. And then there is dedicated quality management software, which is fully capable but costs $15,000 to $30,000 a year and is overkill for a small manufacturer. That leaves a gap. The company that needs control, it can prove, but cannot justify enterprise software, and so it improvises on tools that were never built to prove it. That gap is exactly what Qlause document control fills. The reason most small manufacturers never fix this is the migration. Nobody wants to move thousands of documents into a new system, so we do not ask you to. Your documents stay exactly where they are, in SharePoint, in Drive, in Notion, or hosted inside Qlause if you prefer. Qlause simply adds the control layer on top. Numbering, approvals, version history, review reminders, and a complete audit trail. The result is that you can always answer the 4 questions an auditor asks. What is the current version? Who approved it and when? Where is it in use? And how do you stop the old one being used? Let me show you the real system. This is the live system, set up for a fictional precision machining firm. The dashboard gives you your whole quality system at a glance. How many documents are controlled, how many are approved, what is in review, and what has gone obsolete. Reviews coming up surfaces anything due, with overdue items flagged in red, so nothing slips through. And every action is logged automatically under recent activity. That is your audit trail, building itself. Each client company is its own isolated workspace, so no one ever sees another company's documents. Let us walk a single document through its whole life, starting with creating one. Watch the number. The moment I choose a type, say a standard operating procedure, Qlause the next number in your scheme automatically. You never invent or track numbers by hand, and you can never end up with 2 documents sharing the same number. You add a title, an owner, and you choose where the file will live. Upload it into Qlause or link to where it already sits. And notice that it starts as a draft. It is not live, and nobody treats it as a controlled procedure until it has been reviewed and approved. That gatekeeping is the whole point. Step 2. Review and approval. Every document moves through the same 3 stages: draft, in review, and approved. I route the draft to a reviewer, and when it is ready, one click approves it and makes it effective. The system captures who approved it and the exact date, and then it locks. I cannot quietly edit an approved document afterwards. Step 3. Change control. Here is the full history of a document. Every revision, who raised it, what changed, and who approved it. When a document needs updating, I raise a new revision, and the current approved version stays live while the new draft is being worked on. So there is never a gap, and never 2 live versions at once. The moment the new revision is approved, the old one is automatically marked as superseded. This is what stops someone building to last year's drawing. Step 4. Periodic review. Quality standards expect you to keep documents current, and the classic finding is a procedure that nobody has looked at in 3 years. Here, every approved document carries a next review date set automatically when it is approved. When a review falls due, it appears on your dashboard ahead of time. If nothing needs to change, one click records that you reviewed it. Proof that you looked even when there is no change. And if it does need to change, you raise a revision. Either way, it is on the record, and nothing lapses unnoticed. Step 5. Retiring a document. This is the most missed requirement of all. Getting old documents out of circulation. When a document is withdrawn, one click marks it obsolete. It immediately disappears from the live register, so nobody can pick it up by mistake. But it is kept in history, clearly stamped as reference only. So you keep the full record for traceability, without leaving an out-of-date document where someone could still use it. And here is the moment that sells itself. Audit day. Instead of days of scrambling through folders and emails, you click once. Qlause generates the complete pack. Your controlled document register, the approval evidence for every current revision, the obsolete list, and the full change history. Print it or save it as a PDF and hand it to your auditor. What used to take days now takes minutes. So let us pull all of that together. You pass audits with far less stress because the number one finding category is now controlled and provable on demand. You stop version chaos with one live version, always. Every approval is provable with a name and a timestamp. Nothing lapses because reviews are tracked for you. You get hours back every week. And you get all of it without a migration and without an IT project. You are live the same afternoon, and it fits the way you already work. In Connect mode, your files never move. They stay in SharePoint, Drive, Notion, or ClickUp, and Qlause holds the control record on top. In hosted mode, if you would rather keep everything in one place, Qlause stores the controlled copy itself, with locked approvals and full history. Most teams start hosted because there is nothing to set up, and then connect their existing systems as they grow. Because this becomes your system of record, it is built like one. Every company is a separate, isolated workspace. One client can never see another client's documents. Your team signs in with their work email, and roles control who can author, who can review, and who can approve. Your data is hosted in the European Union and backed up daily. This is not a spreadsheet on someone's laptop. It is a proper, secure system of record. And the pricing is simple and honest. It is priced per workspace, not per user. So adding your whole team does not change the price. There is a free tier to start with your real documents, a starter plan for most small businesses, a pro plan for multiple sites, and a done-for-you option where we set the whole thing up for you. For context, dedicated quality software starts at over $1,000 a month. We deliberately sit below that, a small fraction of what poor document control is already costing you. So, why Qlause? Because we speak quality, not just software. The same plain English clause guidance that explains what an auditor wants is built right into the product, because it is designed for your size, from the ground up, and not a stripped-down enterprise tool. Because we do one job extremely well instead of 15 jobs adequately, and because you have just seen it work. That was not a mock-up. You watched the real system create, approve, review, and retire a document, and then generate an audit pack. Getting started is low risk. We set up your free workspace and your numbering scheme today. You load 10 of your real documents and feel it with your own content. You generate a mock audit pack and see the value within the first week. And when you are ready, you invite the team and connect your existing systems. No migration, no long contract, and you see the value before you commit. Take control of your documents. Start with Qlause today.